Hello and welcome to this episode of Constituency Talk. This week we travel to Gwanda South Constituency in Matabeleland South Province. Here, two cornerstones of a thriving community, education and health, face challenges. Manama Mission Hospital, once a shining example of healthcare for the area, has fallen on hard times. Reports highlight a critical situation, inadequate equipment, medicine shortages, and deteriorating facilities. This vital institution desperately needs attention. Tune in as we delve deeper into the struggles of Manama Mission Hospital and explore ways to restore its role as a healthcare lifeline for the people of Gwanda South.
Currently, our function is not satisfactory because we have to refer every patient who needs an X-ray, a patient who needs an ultrasound scan, the procedures that can be done at the hospital. Patients who need a C-section have to be sent to Gwanda Provincial Hospital, or thereby also overloading that site with the cases that we can manage here, because doctors, we are here, the nurses, we've got a challenge with staffing, but we can always do most of the complications that we send to Gwanda can be taken care of at Manama Mission. It's just that we don't have the equipment.
In a surprise visit, Vice President Kemba Mohadi visited Manama Hospital. The Vice President's visit comes amidst growing concerns about the state of the country's healthcare system. He toured the hospital facilities, meeting with staff and patients to assess the situation firsthand. Following the tour, the Vice President addressed the staff and pledged government support to improve the hospital's condition.
I've toured the hospital. There is no hospital, to say the least. So since the roof was blown out, and then there is no equipment, there is no X-ray equipment, the theater is not functioning. There is not even have a scan. They don't have it. So we need to find out the ways of how to assisting them as government and also private sector. Yes, I did not know that the situation was so deplorable, but we need to do something about it. I will be talking to the Minister of Health, and when I get back, the Minister of Health, and see what we can possibly do.
Vice President Mohadi, a former student of Manama Mission, pledged to coordinate with other former students of this mission to mobilize resources to bring back this hospital to its former glory.
We need to have a former Manama Students Association so that we see what we can possibly do. We have got quite a number of people that are in high office. Some are in Parliament, some are in somewhere in the army, the police, and all the like. So you will have to coordinate them, and then so that we see what we can possibly do as the former students here.
The church accepted the proposal, and they are now waiting for their alumni to volunteer for the hospital improvement projects.
Sisithembiso esihle sikhulekela ukuthi sigcwaliseke isithembiso leso. Nxa engakhuthaza abanye bakhafunda labo, abanye bakhakhula labo, isihlobo zakhe ngoba la usuka ngapha isihlobo zakhe zingakayifika ezibhedlela ezinkulu ziqala khona apha eManama ukuze ziye zistabilize zisiya kwezinye izindawo lapho ezingadinga khona ama specialist. So singathokoza kakhulu ukuthi isibhedlela umsekeli kamongameli asidingele usizo. Also being beside ukuthi ube wafunda lapha eManama la uyingcenye yebandla lamaluthera. So silethemba lokuthi uza kuthi ngafunda eManama aphinda athi ngiyingcenye yebandla ngoba isibhedlela la enxa ingcenye yebandla isibhedlela singcenye yakhe.
The timing couldn't have been better. Manama Mission is hosting a fundraising event to address the hospital's urgent need for renovations and upgrades. This initiative follows a first revitalization process that began in 2021 after the hospital suffered significant damage from a major storm. The second phase, launched just a day after the Vice President's visit, will focus on critical areas for improvement.
We are launching the funds which are meant to assist the hospital in many ways. But basically, as we all know, on the 3rd of October 2021, a sudden wind came and blew out our maternity wing, which you can see behind me. And through efforts from the church and the government, we managed to resuscitate and refurbish the destroyed area. But however, it is not still complete because some of the things are still hanging on, particularly the issue of the guard. So we have come here today to appeal to the community, locally and far, as well as abroad, and also to the government.
Honorable Marupi, a Lutheran who was born at Manama Hospital, felt a deep sense of gratitude and a desire to give back to the institution that delivered him into the world.
I was born here a long time ago. So when it comes to celebrating my achievements, I cannot celebrate them without thinking of Manama. I refused attending Manama High deliberately because Manama had produced a lot of these people. So I wanted this other school to also produce a minister in me. So I went there, but it's a Lutheran school. So that makes that school also to be like Manama. And then we have also done something there at Zezani, and I commissioned the girls' hostel. So I was saying, now I should do something.
In a generous contribution, Honorable Marupi pledged to donate 10 new hospital beds as the previous ones were unfortunately stolen by vandals. He has also secured poles that will be used to bring electricity to the hospital's registration area.
Ngibone kufanele ukuthi ngibe khona kulomsebenzi okulontsha i-fundraising eManama Hospital lokuthi ngibe njalo ngokuqala kumbe ngikhokhele ekuthini ngidonate ama-hospital beds aku-10 ukuze abantu babone kimi ukuthi I lead by example. It's very, very critical ukuthi izinto ezinjengalezi nxa sisezakala njengabakhokheli bezigaba sibe khona. I'm not shy to say I initiated this 3 years ago, and I still continue to push that we pull our resources together as a community. And behind me, there are registry offices. I've already sourced 10 poles for the offices to be electrified, because the president is always saying there is nothing that can be done for the community without the community. We are the community, and he's always emphasizing that there is no community that should be left behind. Death certificates, IDs, death certificate are going to be processed here. Hence, the excitement, the energy to source material to electrify the building behind.
We take a short break. Welcome back to the second segment of Constituents Talk. Manama High School has a strong history dating back to the days of the liberation struggle. Over 400 children left the school to take up arms and liberate Zimbabwe. It prides itself of having mentored a number of luminaries, including Vice President Mohadi. The Bishop of the Western Diocese thanked the Vice President for visiting the school to assess its state.
This institution has contributed a lot in this country and in many ways. For example, In 1977, more than 400 learners and their teachers were taken by freedom fighters to cross into Botswana and Zambia and other countries and join the liberation struggle which liberated this country. Most of these cadres holds high portfolios in government in various private sectors, contributing a lot to the development of the country, thus calling the need and continuous recognition and assistance by government. In reality, Baba, I am saying this, Manama Mission Station and the Lutheran Church deserves to be a war vet station. We also further appeal for assistance, especially in obtaining things like a farm, like other war vets have got as a church. Also, we also appeal that should there be any friends, embassies, partners who can help us, kindly, Baba, connect us with them.
Vice President Kemba Mohadi went down memory lane as he reminisced his youth days at his former school. He thanked the church for playing the role of educating the youth, since during his days there were not many government schools.
The ICT domain has become mainstream of teaching and learning today. A visit to my former school gives me pleasure, memories of my youth, and indeed utmost joy to be an alumnus of such a renowned institution in the southern region of Zimbabwe. We will forever acknowledge and cherish the missionary work in the education in Zimbabwe. During our time, there were very few government schools. The people that imparted education to us were mission schools. The Evangelical Lutheran Church in Zimbabwe was one such. I am further delighted to have an opportunity to address such a talented gathering of hard-working students like yourselves. Mixing and mingling with you here gives me great happiness, as it is vital to understand the youth and discuss openly with them the dangers of alcohol and substance abuse, and rather take advantage of digital opportunities to uplift themselves for a better future. In today's world, the young people need to know how to generate new knowledge in order to meet the demands of the modern day workforce. ICT enables learning in an integral element in the preparation for students for a digital economy as envisaged in the National Development Strategy 1.
Vice President Mohadi expressed the importance of his donation as it prepares the learners for the fourth industrial revolution, a privilege that was not there during his time.
The donation we have here will definitely enhance these students that are around here, their digital skills, and align them with the demands of the fourth industrial revolution, which we never experienced during our time. So learning has changed dramatically from what it was during our time. We did not have aids like computers, calculators and everything. Everything we had to do from our own small heads. So our Zimbabwean education is anchored on Education 5.0. whose model emphasizes innovation and industrialization to address national challenges and demands. All universities and colleges have developed innovation hubs which serve as the research centers for lifelong problem-solving laboratories. Community needs are identical and solutions proffered to produce artifacts that are finally translated into goods and products that fulfill the demands of people need to be looked at, and we need to innovate and innovate around those areas and see what how we can possibly do it to alleviate the problems of the people, because the demands of the people have got to be fulfilled, and we can't do so without the education that is required. It's good to have a certificate denoting that you have gone through this qualification or this level in education. But we need that to be also to be transformative, so that it can solve the challenges of society.
He praised the Zimbabwean education system as it has put us on the international platform as an educated nation and has seen Zimbabweans running economies of many countries.
Because of our education, our human resource, which we have developed in Zimbabwe, we are running the economies of many countries around us. You go to South Africa and you go into any institution in South Africa, you will find that there is a Zimbabwean there. You go to the universities, you find that there is a Zimbabwean professor there. So education is the tool that can actually make it possible.
As the Vice President handed over the laptops, the learners couldn't hide their joy and burst into song, thanking him for the gift.
It's so easy for us. Siyabonga izipho zethu zesikolo. Siyabonga izipho zethu. Siyabonga
Let's take a short break. We will be right back. Welcome back to the third and final segment of this episode of Constituents Talk, where we feature the visit by the Vice President to Manama High School, which is in Gwanda South Constituency. The Deputy Minister of Primary and Secondary Education thanked the Vice President for retracing his footsteps to his former school, and it will be a lesson to many.
You have taught us a lesson, a very big lesson, by you coming back here. It is a very big lesson. And in itself, you are telling us to conserve our heritage, to look after our heritage. If they manage to sweep off your heritage, in your mind, you are lost and you are gone. Headmaster of Manama, we talked about this. Please, the classroom that the Honorable Acting President was in, please can we name it after him? So that we can preserve the history, so that we can preserve our culture.
Honorable Ompile Marupi retraced the road that Vice President Kembo Mohadi has traveled and thanked him for his donation.
Acting President siyabonga lami ngilokho ngilandela lapho uhambe khona lokho kwenzileyo asisoze sikwenelise ukukwenza ngoba nanko phela kuthiwa ku-stream senu ngomsikhathi ulapha eManama wawuku top 10 out of 70 students. Ngithemba iyo into ekwenze wahlukuluzeka ukuthi ubuye lapha uzonika abantwana ama-laptop lawa. Bese ngicela Acting President ukuthi ama-laptop usiwachile eManama. Abantwana laba abalapha kungenzeka ukuthi next term bengaphendula. Ngani ngoba inkomo zaboyise eziyizo ezithengiswayo zibhadala ifees sezitshontshiwe. Siyacela Acting President ngani ngoba ibhanga labantu bakulumango zinkomo. Ngake ngathi ngizihambela komunye umango ngezwa umuntu efanisa ukuthi indoda eqinileyo indoda eyakhulinatha uchago lwembuzi lwenkomo njengo Vice President Mohadi. Ngicela ke ukuthi lezo nkomo ezenhlanyelo eziseleyo ziyenelise ukuthi laba bantwana labo nxa benatha lezo nkomo lolo chago belusa lezo nkomo bakhumbule wena ukuthi labo bazakuba njengawe bengehluleka kuba ngama Vice President kodwa khona ukuthi badlule eManama bangene eklasini lapho afundela khona into eligugu. Ukubuya lapha ikufuna ukubonisa ukuqhakatheka kwemfundo.
The learners alike picked a lesson or two from the Vice President's donation. They couldn't hide their joy as they feel that this donation will increase their pass rate.
We have been honored as Manama High School to be receiving or to be visited by our KCD Mohadi, who is also a former student at this school. It has been such an honor, and we feel so blessed. You know, I don't know, we feel so anointed, and it even pushes us to move to greater heights. It even pushes us to, to have a vision, a greater vision. It also made me feel or made me realize that there's nothing that is impossible. You can be coming from like a boarding school, which is from a village like Manama High School, but then you can still go to greater heights. You can still be great. You can still be, you can still be anything.
Ngijabule kakhulu ngokuvakashela ngo-Vice President oyi-former student yalapha eManama. Ngithanda ukubonga ngezipho asithiyele zona imkentshe yama-laptop asithiyele yona le ukuthi ngithemba njalo ngibona izasifikisa kachana njalo le pass rate yethu eManama ngibona izakukhwela kwelinye izinga eliphezulu kakhulu. Ngakho lokhu lami ngiyafisa ukuthi ngomnye umnyaka lami ngibuye lapha eManama sengizodonate something ezancedisa intsha yethu ebuyayo kusasa. Lami ngisale ngiphunjile ukuthi hayi uKarabo uyenze something for Manama njengokuthi okwenze ngu-Vice President Kembo Mohadi.
The head of Manama High School was happy as the computers had come at a right time when most of their computers had broken down and some had lived beyond their lifespan.
We are so grateful as a school, and especially the laptops coming at a time when most of our computers were non-functional because of time. We're spending so much money in trying to get them serviced and the like. But this coming at this time will really enable our IC department to operate and operate fully, and also enable the learners to get to the internet, do their researches, do all their lessons well, We hope that is going to go a long way in also ensuring our learners are at the same par with other learners elsewhere who have access to internet and to computer education. We were limited, and this time around that's a huge improvement, and we're really going to put that into use. We also received the balls, and this is a time when we are through sport and we're already competing, and I'm sure this will go a long way at a time when teams are practicing. Now we have a number of balls to use, and we hope with this injection our teams are going to even play better, have more practice, and maybe even go to higher levels.
With that, we have come to the end of this edition of Constituents Talk, and we hope you have enjoyed the program. Please like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until we meet again, it's goodbye for now.